yesteryear. Now, or the 5th of Nisan, and seemingly this marks the Hilula of a very great Italian rabbi. His name was Harav Avraham Rodrigues. Zeche Tzadik Libracha. It was reported over to him in English year 1691. Very interesting enough. Hey Taf Nun Aleph, and passed away on Hey Nisan. Now there's differing opinions on the exact year he passed away. Some opinions I see written 1769, 1770, and there's an earlier opinion. But be it as may, he was a very, very great rabbi. He became a great rabbi, a Posek, rendering different Jewish laws in of itself, a great Kabbalist, a Mukubal, and one of the famous rabbis of Italy in of his time, respectively. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now, his father was also a prominent rabbi. His father's name was Rav Moshe Rodrigues, really, really great man in of itself. He would go on, Rabbi Avraham Chaim Rodrigues, to become the rabbi of the city of Livorno in Italy. Remember, Livorno was a famous place. I believe it had a famous publishing or printing house within regards to Jewish books, and was really, really booming within regards to Jewish life, and Torah life scholarship was really at a premium level. I believe various of his halachic renditions would actually get printed after he passed away. I think, to be precise, in the year Hey Taf Kuf Mem, if I'm not mistaken, especially the Shelot Shubot, the question and answers book on the Orech LeTzadik, a very famous book in of itself that would be printed later on. I think that the Aleph Resh Chet of the Arach the Tzaddik is, let's say, acronym, or Roshei Tevot, as we want to say, of Avraham Chaim Rodrigues, his name respectively, over there, very interestingly. And I think it's quoted in many of teachings of his in various different books, different Torah works, and many great rabbis would quote him respectively. I believe now, it's actually interesting, he would have great, let's just say, in of itself, great Talmidim, and he'll have great rabbis also who'd be surrounded himself. He was especially the rabbi of another famous rabbi, Rabbi Malachi HaKohen, who was, let's just say, a great famous Italian rabbi, arguably one of the greatest rabbis in Levano Jewish history, especially during the 18th century, and wrote a great book called Yad Malachi. That was one of his Talmidim. This was like an encyclopedia book on the rules of the Gemara, respectively, on the rules of the Talmud. So that was one of his students. And various different responsa would be actually written from his, let's just say, his workings in himself. He would also have correspondence with other great rabbis, especially in Turkey, in Izmir, is reported over. Now, it's actually interesting. I think he would receive various different answers with regards to halachic matters from Rab Benjamin ben Shlomo Halevi, who happened to be from Izmir, remember, in Turkey during the 18th century. Some very much a huge part of the main Torah inside the world would actually be really coming from the Turkish region, respectively. Now, there was another great rabbi, I believe he had correspondence with, Rabbi Yitzchak, and his last name is Pacificio, I believe. He happened to be the rabbi of Venice, and was very much a great rabbi, and I think he had some form of correspondence with him. Now, many people try to find out with regards to life history of the great rabbi, because there's so much that was special about him, respectively. I recommend everyone to search more upon him. Now, it's actually interesting. He was also, I believe, a judge, a dayan, and arbiter in the city of Livorno. And obviously, people from all over the world, different corners of the world, would actually be familiar with Rabbi Avraham Chaim Rodrigues, respectively. Very, very much a great rabbi. Now, there's different opinions when he passed away. According to some opinions, as we said before, it was around the 1770 period, and he might have lived about 80 years of age approximately. But according to another opinion I see, he might have passed away at an earlier stage. Let's explore a few of the books that he wrote, which are the other books we didn't mention before. As we stated before about the Orach Tzadik, the Sheilot Shuvot, question and answers, came out after he passed away through, I believe it was through his daughter Esther, also, that will actually publish this book. And I think also through maybe Rav Yosef Chaim Chizkiyahu, I think, who was from actually Livorno, respectively. He also maybe had a helping hand within regards to, let's just say, bringing the book up itself. But it was a great book, great Torah, let's just say, important period in of itself, because obviously it was a time period where there was a lot of Sheilot coming in and various different, let's just say, case scenarios where everyone was, let's just say, grappling with in this point in time. Now, it's actually interesting. The Erech Tzaddik book had an approval, a haskama from the famous Chida, Rabbi Chaim Yosef David Azulay, which is obviously adds a little gloss to the book also. And various, I believe, Rav Malachi Cohen was his Talmid. He, I believe, wrote, let's say, responsa in his book with regards to him. And I think he would also, another rabbi he would be in contact with was Rav Benjamin Halevi, who was a famous Kabbalist from Izmir, respectively. So it's a very, very great story with regards about him. A lot of great chesed he did, and was very much one of the most powerful rabbis, you could say, of that specific time. So please don't forget to light candles in his memory. Friends, we're a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe now. I'd love to hear more. If you feel anyone's interested in watching any of these videos, please share the videos to those people respectively. I'm wishing you blessings here from Israel. Take care and have a great evening.